everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Carr's Raiders going up against Smith's Chiefs. So let's get you out to Kansas City as we say hello to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Oakland Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. And the man on that tackle, Eric Berry, pretty darn good. Last week, a pick 6 and a pick 2, which was the difference in the win over Atlanta.
From being a Pro Bowl, All-Pro player, to being ill, the battle of the lymphoma, back to being a Pro Bowl, All-Pro player. And the pick 6 came from what they call robber coverage, meaning it looks like he's going to do one assignment, and all of a sudden he just shows up in the spot you don't expect and took it all the way. And then, of course, the pick 2 to decide the game. What a game Eric Berry had.
The first pick 2, by the way, since that rule was enacted last year. But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3 and out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He's got time in the pocket, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. And let's take a look at the defensive starters for Kansas City.
Dontari Poe emerged on the scene fast as a young player and continues to make big plays at defensive tackle.
All right, here we go.
Carr will try it again on 2nd down. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And an extra DB here for the Chiefs on 3rd down.
Pass situation.
Carr going to throw. It finds Crabtree for the completion. A gain of 19 on 3rd and 18, and that'll move the chains.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Now Carr. It's caught by Clive Walford. You know, this Chiefs defense, they have been what we like to call opportunistic. Plus 14 turnover margin, and a big reason why. Yes, the offense has been good, but the defense has been good at getting the football.
And that plus 14, first in the NFL, and they're 9th in scoring defense. And it's funny, I was in Cincinnati last week, and their defensive coordinator said, I don't care about stats except for how many points are we giving up. That's all that matters, and the Chiefs are really capitalizing on that, as well as what a fake punt by Albert Wilson all the way for a touchdown, who played his ball at Georgia State, who played in the Georgia Dome. A nice return home for him.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up.
All right, here we go. Rally. All right, here we go. Wide and yay.
Now Carr Carr going to give it to Murray on a draw play. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now, Murray, he had 2 touchdown runs last week, Week 13. Actually became the first Raiders running back to hit double-digit touchdowns in a single season since Marcus Allen did it.
That's impressive because when you have your name next to Marcus Allen's, you've accomplished something. You've come something in a big way. And what he has done, Murray, is taken away all concerns about whether or not the Oakland Raiders have a running game to complement Derek Carr. Now they have the 1-2 punch, and they're using it to good effect.
And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Latavius Murray, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. That'll bring up second down.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. Over the middle, it's Holmes. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll run here. It's Murray. But he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
Here's Carr. Finding time. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. It'll go as a sack and a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 2nd and goal. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. Throw on second down. He's got time. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal. To throw, it's Carr. That's caught at the 1. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
And it appears they'll go for it here on 4th down. A big call on the game's opening drive. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So now on 4th down, the Raiders will turn it over to the left foot of Sebastian Janikowski. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. So it was a drive that seemed to go on for an eternity, forever. Our sponsors were probably saying, hey, we need to get our products in here on these commercials. But after all of that, 3 points as a result.
Yeah, it's hard to say who came out ahead there, isn't it? On one hand, you kept the defense out there a long time. But after controlling the ball for so long and just moving the ball incrementally down the field, a field goal seems like a bad result.
Now it's the Princeton man. This is Spencer Ware. So that tackle by Khalil Mack, you know, he played at the University of Buffalo. He was playing Buffalo in Week 13, had a sack, a forced fumble, 7 tackles. He's a monster.
That he is, and I keep going back to him coming out of high school, 1 Division 1A scholarship offer. He takes that at Buffalo, turns himself into the player we're seeing right now, one of the top picks in the NFL draft. In a lot of ways, he's out.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Reggie Nelson. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. They've got a 2nd down and 5 here to start things out. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. So roughing the passer, 15-yard penalty.
And you notice how the offensive line responded. A couple went to check on the quarterback, and a couple went to the guy who hit the quarterback. No one likes to see their quarterback hit.
First down. Connects it to Roberts, right side. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people want to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Now, that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us want to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit, taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you... Can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. On 1st and 10, Smith. He gets it complete to Harris. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Now it's Smith. And he's got the hook up for the first time with a veteran, Jeremy Maclin. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Bert?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, then it curls back inside for the completion.
And Travis Kelce's been looking good. Back-to-back 100-yard games. Had 140 on 8 catches last week.
You know, we talk about people rounding in the form. I think it's much more the public finally becoming aware of just what a weapon this guy is, what a talent he is. You can detach him from the line of scrimmage. He gets downfield into the secondary, can make the short catch turn into a big game. He can also run past people and catch the deep ball down the middle as well. I think he's a heck of a player. And his Sunday, a little bit better than his brother Jason's, who was in Philadelphia struggling against Cincinnati.
And able to find Conley. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, Smith. Caught, Kelce, left side. And down inside the 15 he goes. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. They come up in an offset eye. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
They'll run it now. This is Charkandrick West. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Arrowhead after this. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Here's Smith. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
So they get 3. They were hoping for 6. An unlucky number 13 play drive.
Well, you go to the sideline after putting 3 points on the board, happy, but you wanted to be ecstatic. You wanted to have 6 on the board. On the opposite sideline, though, the defense, I think they're high-fiving each other, only giving up 3 after letting them run that much offense.
The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. And now they're in the hurry-up. That was 2nd down run for Murray. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Justin Houston able to drop him for a loss of 4. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Carr to throw on 2nd down. And his throw is incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
And they'll add a DB in the secondary here on 3rd and 14. From the gun, it's Carr. Connects it to Roberts, right side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception. And
that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Amari Cooper as the first half is winding down, and the Raiders add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Smith toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up
looking for Macklin, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sean Smith. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
The final shot here before half for Carr. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Caught here by Conley. And they got 29 yards there. Good enough for a Kansas City first down. And a nice little pass and catch there on the corner route.
Set up very well by the receiver with a head and shoulder fake inside before he comes back downhill to his quarterback.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on. Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
On the carry, it's Davis. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Here's Smith now on second down. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a first and goal.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
Give him 4 on the carry there. It's 2nd and goal. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they...
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Demetrius Harris from 4 yards out. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. Carr now on first down. Buying time to his left. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches.
And when you don't pick up the necessary yardage in that situation, sometimes it starts to put a little doubt in the play caller's mind about what he's going to run on the next play. Because most of them, they thought they were going to pick it up right then and there. Now they've got to adjust what they're doing, adjust what they're thinking, and maybe they go away from what they originally thought.
Carr keeps it on the sneak. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. Now this time, Carl throw. It's caught. Reception by Holmes. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Carr turns, hands to Murray. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. A sea of Chiefs jerseys in there that time to make the stop.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
They brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. And Roberts with it over the middle. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Here's Marquette King now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. And some space here. He had one man to beat. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down. And they'll have a short field to go as this drive starts on the fringe of the red zone at the 20. Now Davis. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. We're back now in KC. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. On 2nd down, here's Smith. His throw incomplete. Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target. And now it's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Oh, no, he lost the football. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. And now here come the Raiders. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
When a coaching staff sees their team run the ball this successfully in the 4th quarter, they're really excited because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it. But for the most part, it's a little bit of a surprise. And right now, they've got to keep that going. Want to continue to grind out the clock because it's definitely in their favor at this stage of the game. Can they close the game out and continue to do exactly what we just saw there, and that's run the football.
Being chased out, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
midfield. Here's Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Andre Holmes that time. Third down here.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off. And on 3rd and 15, we see the dime look, 6 DBs on the field.
Playing pass all the way. From the gun, it's Carr. Brought in by Walford, right side. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
They got the completion, but they didn't get the first down. So you got to think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're pretty happy with what you just accomplished there.
Yeah, guy, like you said, got him out of bounds, stopped the clock, kept him short of the marker. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Slot man moves right. Carr going to go on 4th down. Over the middle, it's Holmes. A gutsy call by Jack Del Rio, but it does not pay off. And the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. And out come the Chiefs now. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Now it's Smith off the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. He's got a man complete. A really good pickup of 28. So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the second foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have 2 inbounds in the NFL.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. He gets it complete to Harris. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
How about the timing on that one? Where they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They go again with Davis. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They come out here in the eye. Smith keeps it on the sneak. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches.
We often hear analysts talk about a quarterback's wingspan, almost like a forward in basketball. But here's where it pays to have a long reach. They find a slight opening and are able to stick the ball forward to pick up first downs.
Here's Davis now. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line. He's brought down that time by a couple of Raiders.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
To throw is Smith. He's got the hook up with Conley. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. And, of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late. They'll run with Davis. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? They'll sneak it with Smith. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Alex Smith, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs have taken the lead here in the 4th. And he's got it up and through. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Back to throw. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Amari Cooper, the intended target. And it's 3rd and 4.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered. He's able to get a hand in and knock it away.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
All right, here we go.
Roberts the man in motion.
Hey, we go rally. Rally. Go, go, go. Hey, we go rally. Rally.
He's back to throw. It's caught. Reception by Holmes. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Now Carr, got to have this one. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. Only 1 timeout defensively, so this should just be a simple kneel down.
I agree totally. I looked at my time management chart. It says take a knee, victory formation. They just have 1 timeout left. And that should be all she wrote.
By the way, it's a good thing you can read that because nobody else can.
Not with my chicken scratch. Not at all.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.